Hey everybody, this is Miss Florida Hot Picks here, giving you guys another Pick 3 workout. And today I want to share with you Pick 3 Connecticut. I'm using the 317 rundown. And the cool thing is, I'm not really using a date sum number or a day number, but I want to share with you some key digit that may be in front of the doubles or mirrors on your left sides. This could help you out with some really cool patterns. Okay, so pay close attention. We'll start with, March 4th evening. Connecticut had a hit of 058. So what I've done, I've locked it into that 317 rundown. Okay. So if you're new here, maybe you don't know how to count out a rundown, they're very simple. You're going to add each one of these numbers down the columns. Okay. So once you lock in that last hit that you're going to use, we'll start with the first column. So we're going to add 3 all the way down. 3 plus 0 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. Now, when you get to your 2-digit numbers, only use your ones place. Okay, your 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Use your 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. Use your 0. So you know that you started out right because the number you start with is the number you end with. I did extend it here because I needed to see some information a little later. So feel free, if you need to see information, you can keep it going. That's why they call it a rundown. It continues to go down as you count it down. Okay. So once you have your rundown locked in, you have everything set. I want you to pay close attention to your left side. Okay. Your left side may have mirrors like this 05 or this 50. And sometimes they can have doubles like this 44 or this 99. Okay. So pay close attention. Now, if I have anyone new, they're saying, Miss Florida, what's a mirror number? Because some people don't believe in mirror numbers, from what I understand, but that's cool. Okay. A mirror number, if you decide to use them, are numbers that are opposite of each other. 05 and 50 are interchangeable. Okay. So when you hear us say mirror numbers, that's what that means. Okay. So 0 and 5, 5 and 0 are mirror numbers. 1 could be a 6, 6 could be a 1. 2 could be a 7, 7 could be a 2. 3 could be a 8, 8 could be a 3. 4 could be a 9, 9 could be a 4. Okay? All right. So now that we have that out the way, pay attention to the number in green. Whatever your double mirror, whatever the number is in front of that from your left side, okay? I want you to pay close attention to it. Square it off, circle it, whatever you have to do. Because there are pairs that either run on the top, on the bottom, or the top of that digit. And then there's numbers that can form around it to create a hot combination. Now, before we start this, I can never guarantee hits on this channel. So when you're learning this, I want you to play on paper. I want you to study and practice. You feel comfortable, then you give it the best shot you got. You hear me? Okay. So let's start here. I'm going to start building out some combinations. We're going to start with the number 8. Now, here's the deal. I can see what's on the bottom of the 8, the 2 pairs that run across, but I don't see what's on top. This is the reason why I had to extend the rundown. Okay. I need to see what's on top of that 8. So if we're just looking at it from this standpoint, this 8, okay, I'm liking the 4-1 pair. That could be hot. What's on the bottom? 6-5. Okay. All right. Now, what I've noticed, 2 things, okay, and they can change how they work their third numbers. Okay, being that this is still the beginning of the month, just pay close attention. I've seen them wrap it around, meaning they use the numbers literally to wrap around it. I've seen that in a lot of states, or they're going across. So this is what I mean. So let's take the 4-1. 4-1, we may go 4-1-5. See how it wraps around the 8? So I would go 4-1-5. 6-5 or 5-6-5. 6-5-5. Why? Just simply because it wraps around. Another thing is you may want to take it across. 6-5-3. Okay. All right. You may want to take that 4-1 across. 4-1-7. Okay. Just to give you some options. All right. I never know if they're going to use the 8 or it's mirror 3. So I use both places for right now. Now, you may have, once you kind of get into the groove of things, you may say, hey, you know what, Miss Florida, I like to cut down my numbers and I like to do it this way. Feel free to do that. Okay. So look at the 3. We're going to build combinations around that now. So 3, what are we going to look at? The top 9, 6 running straight across, 9, 6. We can go 9, 6, 0. You may go 9, 6, 2, or 2, 9, 6, however you want to read that. The bottom 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. Ooh, I like that, Connecticut. 1, 0, 0 or 8, 1, 0. Okay. All right. Well, guess what hit Connecticut the next day? 5, 6, 3. Yeah. 5, 6, 3. And it happened to just come straight across. It happened to come straight across. I love that. Isn't that bomb? Yes. Now, I want you to pay attention to a couple of things. You guys have a lot of triples and false triples that run straight across when you're using. It may not apply to this. Why? Because there's nothing to single out a digit in front of the double or mirror except itself. So when the triples are running straight across, you may not want to use this. Another time you may not want to use this is if there's triples going slanted, meaning say like this 5-0. There sometimes there's triples that will go all the way up, or false triples that go up or down. You may not want to use this. So again, if you see triples running slanted, you may not want to use this. If the triples are going straight across, you may not want to use this. Another key thing, this particular pattern is running from an evening number. Now, you guys have an evening coming up, and I believe it's either a triple growing across. That could mean the change. I want you to be careful. This could be a telltale sign of when things are starting to switch. Now, it could mean a pattern change. It could mean that they're going to use the same pattern, maybe switch it to midday. I'm just throwing out some ideas. I want you to be careful with this. Okay. So, hopefully, those key tips will help you, just look at the rundown differently. I love to look at date numbers and date sums, but sometimes they don't form um in certain states depending on what you're using the rundowns, and you may use something else. You may say, Miss Florida, that's not true, it works this way for me, and it might. But just trying to pass on some advice, pass on some information, but study, 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 as I can never guarantee hits on the channel. Let's go to one more example. Let's knock this thing out. So we have 442 that hit March 5th evening. Again, evening, right? Now, another thing you notice, both of these hits had doubles. They were either a mirror or double. That could be an indicator too. Pay close attention to all of these things you got to pay attention to. Now, so I'm going to grab the 2 and the 7. Okay. So I'm going to start formulating some combinations with those, right? All right. So we'll start with the 7. We'll go 80, 809. We're going to wrap that around 809. Okay. But then 680 could be something if it decides to go straight. And again, this is preliminary. They may jump that third number around, so be careful. Then we're going to go 04. 04 what? 9. Or 042. Okay. What about going to the 2? Okay, so we have 59594. Okay. We also got 35 or 534, like that. And then 135, take it across, and maybe 759, take it across. Okay. Just options, just options. Guess what hit? 809. I love it. 809. Let's see if I can get this open. Okay. 809. Bam. Yeah. And like I said, you'll see the 890, you see it in a couple directions too. 890 comes this way, comes all the way down. The 365, it actually comes around that particular zero. So just pay attention. But like I said, I like to kind of just I see that the two main pairs are either coming top or bottom. That's your starting place. So I hope that helps, Connecticut. Okay. Let me know how you're doing with this in the comments. I hope that you're doing well. If you have any questions, let me know. And I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.